name is Ashley Glavin.
I'm Riley Gregg.
I'm London Ayers.
I'm Asher Lentz.
I'm Carter Owens.
And I'm Tegan Meyer.
And we're from Oklahoma Christian Academy.
And our presentation will be over driving value and students at our school. So first off, I just wanted to give a quick rundown of our house system, which is kind of like if you've ever seen Harry Potter. It's 7th through 12th graders split up into 4 houses. And these houses are Integritas, Fidelitas, Veritas, and Iptas, which are all Latin words for integrity, faithfulness, truth, and justice. The whole reason we kind of put this house system into our school is because there was little to no integrated connection, which is very valuable to us.
As we all know, when you have a plan, even if you think it's super rock solid, when you run it through a school, there's going to be holes and there's going to be gaps. So we really found those gaps, and this year we're going to try to implement in fixing those holes that we found.
So when COVID hit, the house system had only been implemented for a few months, so it wasn't finished nor perfected. And with COVID, it made a rip in the house system, because with the house system you have to be together with each grade, integrated together, and you couldn't see face to face, which is important. And even when we did get back together last year, we couldn't see face to face because we had masks on.
Another problem we ran into was the weakened connections that the house system brought into our school, because beforehand it had been kind of based on like class systems, and you were more close-knit with your friends, and since we had the house system, your friend groups were kind of split up and you weren't able to connect with people as often. So we're going to try and fix that with the next upcoming slide. Sorry.
So we basically learned that no matter what, there's going to be some people who choose not to buy in. But we also had, during COVID, that physical barrier, those masks. I couldn't directly talk to someone. I didn't have the ability to directly connect with someone. So that was our first barrier that prevented people from buying in. And then we also had that barrier of weakened connections, partially due to COVID and just because we didn't have that ability to have those strong conversations that normally would keep us connected as grades and with like middle school to high school.
And so a big part of what we want to do is we want to drive a sense of value in our community. We want to make sure that the students at OCA feel like they belong. And so what we are trying to do is we're going to have more events so that we can actually spend time with the people in each house, because we didn't have very many events that we actually got to spend time with them and build a relationship. So we want to be more intentional in how we spend our time in the houses.
So one of the key ideas we want to bring back is revamping the old activities that we had. It is so important to us to bring those back because we had activities like House Olympics, which is like the house system that we explained, and it's just the Olympics through the houses. We also want to bring back House Chapel, and it's just being able to sit with your house and communicate and bond through chapel.
Whenever we were talking about value and what it meant to us and what its core value was, we came up with 3 words, which was intentionality, intimacy, and purpose. And so with intentionality, not only us, but faculty at school and other students are very intentional about including every student at our school. And personally for me, last year in my house, there was really no core leader or a group of leaders. And so I took it upon myself to lead those students and to be their leader. And not only did my classmates and younger students, but also faculty members came up and personally thanked me for taking a chance on those students, because if you're not intentional, then those students aren't going to feel valuable.
I was the opposite of Riley last year with the house system. I really didn't help with it. I was the person who just didn't want to associate with it, because from elementary to middle school, I've been waiting to be in high school so I could go against other high schoolers during homecoming. But now that I've worked on it, I had a fixed mindset, but now I have an open mindset. Now I'm going to be intentional by like hanging out with people other than just my friends, but people in other classes, even middle school. And I'll just like greet them in the halls and all that.
And so it's really hard to develop the sense of value in each other when you don't spend time with each other. And so what we want to do by fixing that is to have more and new activities that we didn't have last year. And so we're just going to have more activities like throughout the school year, month to month, just to be able to see each other, bond together, work together to accomplish random goals, to just do teamwork activities, and bond with each other, have more fun. And as the leaders of this, we want people to get excited about it so they'll get involved. And so as leaders, we need to be seen as we're going to be enthusiased by it and be seen doing crazy things in houses for our houses. And people are going to want to join in when they see us excited.
As Mr. Thomas Hill said, leaders create beliefs, beliefs of a group create a culture.
One thing that really stuck out to me, and along with them, us, I should say, Dr. Ekman said, people who care about the individual promote inclusivity. And we wanted to use this in we wanted to use this in our presentation to show people that in the house system, we're trying to create a culture at OCA where people identify with the houses.
So like we've talked about, we have this house system, but we also have this class system that we want to keep. This house system is mainly focused, like we said, 7th through 12th grade, and it's all intermixed with each other, and you have 4 groups. This class system is focused 9th through 12th, and it's each individual grade. We have people who want to keep both, and so what we've come up with is intertwining both of them together. For example, homecoming week will mainly focus on this house system, but throughout the week we will have these class activities that go as well.
So as Ashlyn touched on a little bit, we're going to have events for both houses and classes. So some of our old events like homecoming, those kind of things aren't changing. They're going to continue into our next year. But then we have different events like Capture the Flag, which would probably be more grade-based. And so those grades feel like they have that friendly competition. But also middle schoolers look at this and say, we get to do events and we get to buy into that and we get to look forward to that when we're in high school. So then other events like house holidays obviously would be more towards the houses, and that's everyone involved. So those students know that we value them and we value the entire student body and we want everyone to be included.
Going along with the new activities and old activities, we want to include these activities where you have the extroverts who are going to be crazy and want to compete and have fun, but also the introverts who may not want to be in the spotlight and may not want all that attention, so where they can work behind the scenes. And so we're also working on activities where both sides or each individual personality is recognized.
We talked about it this past week, and positive psychology. I think that's a great idea to be able to bring back, because just the idea of opening a door for someone or smiling at someone or having a conversation with someone, you don't know what that means to someone, and that's just showing that you value that person.
Overall, students need to be seen and known, and that is our main